Hey, what's up, my dudes and dudettes? Um, I'm going live. All right, so I did this yesterday. I did a whole ass live stream. Nobody watched it. And then it didn't even like stay because I fucking didn't realize I had to like stay on that uh page or whatever. Like I clicked to some other shit and like so it stopped uploading or it stopped processing. So bye bye. But basically, I'll try to recap a little bit of what I said. Basically, that I had a class, I taught a class at the library. 15 people showed up, advertised it on Craigslist, posted posters all over town, downtown Santa Cruz Library Community Room, and it was kind of dope. I don't know. I had one heckler. One kid was like hating when as he left, he like said some shit. He's like, "Oh, this is all nonsense." I was mostly teaching about my my Egyptian maps of America and maps of other stuff. Uh, maybe a few. There was a few other things I touched on. The theme of it was kind of a Halloween themed. It was on Friday the 13th of October, themed as hellscapes, hell spells, and other dark magic, and with a asterisk to the dark as i.e. mysterious magic. I'm just trolling uh the concept of dark magic because I don't believe it's a real thing. Honestly, I think like at least 99.9% of like what people claim is dark magic, it's just not. It's just something they don't understand, and it has some aesthetic quality that scares them, and so it becomes quote unquote dark magic, evil magic. So I'm reclaiming dark for the only real context that it was used, in the context of magic being obscurity, like mystery. So dark magic, being mysterious magic, because I mean it's like the same thing as in the Bible, like in Revelations. I believe it's in Revelations. Maybe it's no, maybe it's John, some other book of John. But anyway, like I I peer through a glass darkly, right? That's like an actual traditional usage of the term dark. Dark meaning evil is not, to my knowledge, it's not very common in ancient, nomenclature terminology. Dark tended to mean, if anything, if it was anything negative, it tended to just mean you couldn't see. It was something where it was difficult to see. So, like when you're traveling, you wanted to travel in the light so you could see. Um, and another reason besides just that it's not historical, another reason that I dislike the term dark magic as a negative epithet is just that it's offensive to some people who are dark skinned. Um, I mean, obviously the vast majority of people who are dark skinned, they're not like jumping up in the theater every time like it says like dark magic or this or that. No, they're not like flipping out. They're not like some whatever the archetype of the woke, like uh pseudo woke PC whatever person is. But at the same time, it's not great, if there are people who are literally dark skinned, and every time the word dark is used, it's always to mean the most, you know, uh, evil of things, then obviously that's a little bit, um, it's going to be, it's not going to be convenient for those people. So, like, is there a reason to use it? It's ahistorical. It's not a historic term, dark magic. It's something invented by the Catholic Church, which was also waging war on dark-skinned people. So it behooved the Catholics to conflate the two concepts, darkness as an ethnic quality and darkness to mean evil. It behooved that, and you can see in probably a lot of their writings how they very completely interwove these concepts of light and whiteness means good and black and darkness means bad. But you don't find this if you go back to the real, like, ancient sources of, like, knowledge and wisdom and magic. You know, darkness, if it's ever used negatively, again, it's used just to mean like an obscurity of vision. So anyway, I taught this class 2 hours, 3 to 5, and it went well. It went fine. I did a slideshow, like there was a big screen up. They give you a cord to attach to your uh, computadore or whatever, my laptop. And so I just clicked through. I mean, I didn't have it in the best order because I had to scroll through 29,000 photos in the days prior to just like choose all the photos that I actually wanted to show at this in this presentation. So I did not have time to actually like get them in like any order at all. I mean, I wasn't even sure how to do that, but I mean, I'm sure there is a way, right? But I just didn't have time. I didn't even have time to get through the 29,000. I'm sure I got through like 28,000. But yeah, I don't know if I got through I don't think I got through the last 1,000 before in the morning, like the night before, the morning of this event. And so I didn't even like, I was not very, I didn't even shower the night before or the morning of, because I just was going through these photos. I was just hoping I could get through all of them. I didn't get through all 29,000, but I got through vast majority of them. And in the event, I didn't actually get through all the photos actually during the class. Like I got through, I think over half of them, but, and honestly, if I would have started it at the other side of the folder, because I put it all in one folder to just use as like a slideshow, I've just put it on like slideshow mode and clicked through it. If I would have started, I guess, from technically the end of the folder and gone to the beginning, it would have probably been a more linear, like, um, easy process. But the way it was actually perfect because a lot of the photos that were at the side that I was starting from didn't have any labels on them. Like they weren't the place names, the peninsulas, the islands, the waterways, etc., weren't labeled. So I got to kind of show that I've like memorized all these places. I just like went through all the main islands of Japan, like all the, you know, main islands of Greece and peninsulas of Greece, all the main islands of the Mediterranean, all the main islands of like the Philippines and like Australia and Southeast Asia and whatever. And just throughout the planet, like because I had like photos of these different maps, different gatekeepers, islands and peninsulas from all over the planet. And you know, I just had them all memorized. Luckily, like there was actually a few of them that I hadn't been totally sure on and had recently brushed up on just by chance, which was good. So just the confluence of those two things, the fact that I had brushed up on a few of them, and the fact that a lot of the main comparisons that I was showing of showing ancient maps alongside, compared with modern satellite maps, like a lot of them were not labeled, they didn't have the actual all the individual place names. So I basically had to go off memory. So I just think that was good just to show my audience that I'm not just some random, guy half-assing it, that I'm like, you know, using the whole ass for this whole like enterprise. Anyway, so like that was good. Most of the people were pretty chill, there was like one kind of heckler. Um, it was mostly it was like friends of mine that were mostly older than me, I think, and then a bunch of teenagers, like five friends of mine ish, and then like 10 teenagers ish. And yeah, so but one of the teenagers was like a heckler and just asking hella dumbass questions during the thing, which was, fine. Like he didn't get crazy like during the event, but as he left, like as his group left, they said they had to go somewhere or their ride was leaving or something. And as he walked out the door, he said like whatever, like that's it's all nonsense, and that, you know, I should stop wasting my time doing it. But even getting a heckler is sometimes a good thing. Like I feel like it gives me legitimacy that somebody's like gonna get that worked up over what I'm doing. I'm like, wow, I'm actually doing something. um, but and his questions were somewhat useful in the sense that he he allowed me to address the standard objections, which are basically just as dumb as his questions, which are just like, well, he asks like, well, but how could they have done that? How could they have gone over there like way back then? And I said, well, they've used boats. People have been using boats for like many, many thousands of years. People, sailed to Australia 60,000 years ago and like, colonized it or whatever. People sailed to Crete, maybe up to 100,000 years ago. People have been sailing. So that's the only technology you need to reach America from Africa or Asia. It's not even that far. I mean, technically, it's really not far at all, at all, at all. Like you can probably swim there if you go by the way of Asia. If you go from Siberia to Alaska, you can see it. Like human beings have been in Asia for like over 1 million years, and America is visible from Asia. So this idea that like, oh, well, people couldn't have come over there, it's ridiculous. But even on the other side, like on the European side, um, the distance from, well, let's say the distance from mainland Europe to England is very little, at the closest point at like uh, wherever that is, Belgium or something. Like, it's very close. So you can sail easily from Europe to Britain. Then from Britain, from northern Britain, which is Scotland, you can easily sail to, Orkney. You can sail to Shetland, and then you can sail on from there uh, to the Faroe Islands, or you can sail to the from the Inner Hebrides to the Outer Hebrides to the Faroe Islands, then on to Iceland, on to Greenland, on to Baffin Island, on to um, Labrador and Nova Scotia and Newfoundland. Um, I mean, it's just ridiculous, this idea like, oh, well, it was in the past, so they couldn't sail. Like sailing was just invented by Columbus or something. It's just fucking stupid. Anyway, but I was polite, like I just answered the questions and said, well, I think it's partly that we've been taught to think that way and that that's not actually how it is. But yeah, so got his like um, troll comment or whatever in at the end. Um, but most of the other like, I mean, I think all the teenagers, including him, I gave them all like copies of my book and they all kept them. And they even, at least one of the groups, like took an extra book because they said they had a friend that they thought would be interested in it. So, it's all about planting seeds, like people. I mean, you can check out my book, right, online, Rowan Millar, The Beautiful West. And it's not easy to refute because it's largely a compilation of very scholarly writers, like it's a compilation of like Plutarch and like the Rig Vedas, the Surya Satanta, the Sumerian tablets, the Book of the Dead, the Book of Two Ways, the pyramid texts. It's like there's so much in there that for somebody to just say, oh, Rowan, you're silly, you're wrong, like they're not going against me because vast majority of that book is not my words. It's just me quoting from other people from ancient sources. Um, so anyway, I think it was good. It came out pretty well. Like, I mean, I was very lucky to have some friends that came through for me and helped me, because I brought 30 copies of my book there. They helped give me a ride down there so I didn't have to carry them all to the bus. Um, and had some other friends too that, they all showed up so that if the teenagers hadn't showed up, at least it wouldn't just be me. Um, and, but, other than the one heckler, like everybody was very cool, very chill, polite. And at least the only people that gave me any feedback was positive. That's basically my friends telling me they learned a lot from it. So, um, because a lot of the people, I think all the teenagers, they had to like leave early. So, I mean, I'm hoping that wasn't like them just like wanting to leave and then just saying they had to leave, but like, it was a 2 hour thing. So it's understandable if they had to leave. And, but because of that, I never got like a full impression of like what impression I made, like what their impression of the class was. But they were asking like how can they find out more online and etc. So I think there was some interest there, and I do think that the book itself, the sources that I used are pretty like hard to refute. So anybody who anybody who attended who was genuinely curious, I think would end up realizing that that there's a lot to what I've been saying. Um, see, I got some kind of text. All right, so anyway, so that went well. Now I'm doing it like another one in on October 5th at on Sunday, 3 to 5 again at the downtown Santa Cruz Library. I just figured, like there's people telling me that like they couldn't go because they had to work. Like I saw like these group of young, like maybe college age or thereabouts, like downtown that were crowded around like one of my posters that I posted on Pacific Avenue, and they were like really excited about it, and they were saying how you know they were basically bummed that they had to work that day on Friday, because I did it on Friday the 13th. It was like this kind of edgy thing, Halloween theme, because that's kind of the only holiday that goes together with my work, you could say. Because it's like the most paganist of the pagan holidays. Like it doesn't even pretend to be Christian, really. Um, well, maybe it's like All Saints Day or some bullshit. But anyway, um, and somebody emailed me like through the Craigslist ad saying that they like missed it because they had to work and they wanted to know like how to learn more about it. And so yeah, I'm doing it on Sunday, November 5th. And this time I'm calling it, the last time it was Hellscapes, Hell Spells, and Dark Magic. This time it's going to be a little less edgy. It's going to be um, ancient. I mean, it's still Rowan Millar's Cosmic Symposium. That's like part of the name of it as last time, but this time the theme is ancient sacred geography. So, it's basically the same thing that I talked about last time, but just like a different name for it. Um, so yeah, so hopefully I'll get those folks that and I had some other friends that told me they wanted to attend, but they couldn't because of the what day it was on or whatever. So hopefully this time I'll have a better turnout, maybe 20 or 30 people. This time, on the previous class, like I promised a free book. I think on my posters, I just promised a free book to everybody, which worked out because I gave a free book to everybody that didn't already have one that was there. And but for the next one, I did free book for the first 20 people, because for this one that I did, like I brought 30 books just in case, right? And so I gave out about 10 because the rest of the people already had copies that I'd given them before. And then I just gave out the other 20 copies that I had downtown afterwards, and through which I made some more contacts, got some phone numbers of people that are into this stuff. So then I was able to send them the invites for my next class. But yeah, the next one is, I just said for the first 20 people, free book, and which is a good thing I didn't say 30 this time, because it turned out that the Amazon system that I ordered my books through, that like they print my books and like on demand kind of. But anyway, they're charging more now. They're not on sale as they had been. So cost me like over $150 to do this next class, as I'm sure it costed me for the last one. But you know, this is my passion. This is like, teaching is my passion. I would pay to teach, and I do pay to teach. Um, so yeah, it should be interesting. Hopefully I'll have a good turnout. Hopefully I'll have over 20 people. Um, And now that I understand the slideshow system or whatever pretty well, like I think I can, and I have enough time. I have like 3 weeks or something to like organize my folder and have everything in the right order and really plan out my lecture. But as being Rowan Campbell Millar's Cosmic Symposium, like a symposium is supposed to be like a gathering of the minds. So I have to be faithful to that as well, and like, and be very open to like questions and input from the audience. So I'll probably do a little more of that next time as well. Um, but I would like to to tape it, to record it, live stream it. So that's the reason why I'm doing this live stream, because I did a live stream yesterday, I guess, but then yeah, like it was deleted because I didn't stay on that screen. So I'm just trying it again to see if it'll freaking work and see if I can understand how it works and how long it takes to process it and retain it into YouTube. Because I wouldn't be able to do it if I was just recording a video on my phone, because my phone doesn't have enough memory. It only records like 10 minutes of footage before it, stops. So that would be no good. So it's basically live stream or nothing. And, but it's going to be awkward because the freaking library closes at the end of the class. The class 3 to 5, the library closes at 5. And so, anyway, okay, that doesn't make sense probably. But the reason, what I'm saying is that, why I'm saying that is because my phone doesn't have like internet, um, other than through Wi-Fi. So my phone will only have internet through the Wi-Fi of the library. And if the library closes, and then it's going to have to like process, because it seemed like last time when I did the live stream, I did like a long ass live stream and it freaking deleted the thing because I didn't stay on the screen. So, and I did stay on the screen for a while, for at least a little while. So it certainly takes a while for it to process or whatever. But anyway, this time I'm going to see how long it actually takes. It may mean that I'm just going to have to like either stay right outside the door of the library for like half an hour, or I don't know how long after I do this, assuming the library even keeps their Wi-Fi on when they're closed. They might not. They might turn their Wi-Fi off as soon as they close. So it may be like a moot point. Anyway, this is the shit I have to deal with because I don't want to pay for like roaming internet, which usually I don't even need. Anyway, all right, so that's about it. Um, just had a gathering with Brave and Free Santa Cruz at Woodhouse Brewery. That was pretty good. Um, and volunteered with the Western Service Workers today, preparing food for people that need food around the county, or at least around Santa Cruz, like North County. And yeah, just been doing the things. So I'm hoping these classes like blossom into something more. But I mean, even just what it is, it's a great thing. If those people who took those books, if those 10 people or however many, like actually read those books, then that's amazing. And if they keep those books, if they pass them on, that's amazing. So this is the way that I had to break through the censorship. I'm banned off Facebook, banned off Twitter, shadow banned on YouTube, shadow banned on Getter. And so I'm just taking it to the people. I'm just doing wildcat like library community room classes, Craigslist ads and posting posters all over town. I probably posted like uh over 50 posters all over town for my event. But, it was kind of a long shot doing it on a weekday. Um So yeah, we'll see doing it on a Tuesday if I can get an even better turnout. Because 15 is good. It's not not bad to have a 15 uh, person class. I mean, technically that's kind of ideal for most teachers, but for me, I would love to have more. I would love to have infinite amount. So we'll see how it goes. But anyway, so I'm gonna try this again, see if it actually. Holy shit! There's somebody watching this. Beautiful. Well, blessings to you, whoever's watching this. I think that's what it means. There's like a little person icon, and it says one. So I'm guessing that's what that means, that there's somebody actually watching this video right now. All right. Well, uh, salutations to you, friend, and I'll be able to actually keep this online if I can. All right, take care. Peace.